Demonic in origin, Fleshreavers entered Tyria from the mists. But, unlike many demons who gain sustenance from a soul's suffering, Fleshreavers take consumption of the living far more literally. Fleshreavers are a ghoulish amalgam of muscle and bones and sinew. Born a mere skeletal form, young Fleshreavers cannot move or feed. Their parents kill to harvest muscle, which they fix to their bones, layering little by little until the young can get up and start to move. From that moment on, their growth is rapid, as with each creature they kill, Fleshreavers can take more parts for their growing bodies. In the past, Fleshreavers took many forms, some on all fours like dogs, and some more akin to winged humans or harpies. With their unique evolution, a Fleshreaver could take whichever form they desired to construct, and this was a feature manipulated by those with a strong enough will. Around 250 years ago, a Char who inhabited the depths of Tyria took to conducting a range of experiments on creatures, including Fleshreavers. In his menagerie, Ragar Maneater manipulated Fleshreaver forms into powerful trained beings and used them to guard his experiments until they were overthrown. Nowadays, adventurers are most likely to encounter Fleshreavers of winged humanoid form in areas steeped in tragedy and decay. From Ascalon to Ilona, they are drawn to places where death has recently occurred and stalk the battlefields of Tyria. Fleshreavers are often seen in the presence of other shadowy beings, such as shades, who also travel through portals to terrorize Tyria. Here in the realm of torment once stood the library of the goddess Cormyr. Following the god's departure, creatures from elsewhere in the mists have moved in, and Fleshreavers and shadow creatures are among them. Their objective is unknown, but perhaps they are drawn to the spirits that still reside here. Cormyr's librarians still seek to continue their deity's work, but have become weakened and distressed as the library around them begins to fade and disintegrate. Fleshreavers are among the creatures these librarians have been fending off, and some Fleshreavers have been reported to take artifacts from the librarians and covet them, stopping librarians and visitors from obtaining the more precious books of the library. In some instances, Tyrians have stumbled upon Fleshreavers by accident. Arcanist Dremus of the Derman Priory, exploring Deldrimmer ruins in Lornar's Pass, came across a frozen section of a waterfall. Believing there to be dwarven ruins beneath the ice, he sought a mechanical gear that he believed would unlock the path forwards. Upon application of the missing piece, the two magnificent green sculptured drakes flanking the lake spewed forth gouts of flame, angled at the wall of ice. Once melted, it was revealed that the ice did indeed conceal ruins, a prison for an ancient Fleshreaver. Incensed by their newfound freedom, the Fleshreaver lashed out at any mortal nearby, leaving the Arcanist to scramble to force it back to its cage and lock the ruins again. With help, Dremus was able to push the Fleshreaver back and refreeze the falls. But were he to fail, the Fleshreaver would no doubt have called forth allies in droves to flood the pass and seek their revenge. Elsewhere, in the Wayfarer foothills, a tribe of Grawl revered Fleshreavers. They erected idols, heads made of skulls with long, sharp horns and gaunt, spindly limbs from branches and leaves. The walls of their cave were smeared with scarlet and white paint in crude but evocative imagery of winged horrors. The Grawl here discovered that a ritual performed by their shamans could summon a Fleshreaver through a glowing green portal to the mists. The Grawl seemed to base their faith on the Fleshreaver's strength, trying to mimic the power they saw in the murderous creature by fighting with their idol. Perhaps they viewed the inevitable death that followed as some kind of ascension, as they continued to invite the Fleshreaver into their home even at the protestation of local Norn. The Grawl became aggressive to others who ventured too close to their cave and were a nuisance to travellers in the forest. Many hunters disappeared, either to the bows of the Grawl or the jaws of the Fleshreaver. The nearby Norn still do not view the Grawl in high esteem, mocking their intelligence, but took a much harsher stance on the presence of the Fleshreaver. Two Norn, Barry and Carney, viewed the Fleshreaver as a savage creature that it was, a great threat to nearby civilization. And so, with the aid of nearby Norn, the pair drove the Grawl from the cave and slew the monster. Nowadays the Grawl continue to experiment with magic and the mists, and many have not let go of their adoration of the Fleshreaver. It's likely only a matter of time before another shaman conjures forth another horror. A rare sight on Tyria, Fleshreavers are nevertheless difficult to forget once encountered. Their grisly appearance betrays their demonic nature, and where one fleshreaver stalks, others are not far behind. The lucky adventurer might survive a meeting without becoming prey. Those less lucky might find themselves part of the gruesome amalgam that these demons make their form.